positively and buying into the mask, if they see that you see right through them, they'll turn on.
This creator goes on to say that narcissists will have a fantasy version of you. And in the beginning, as you're feeding their ego and falling in line with that fantasy, they love you and it feels like they love you. They don't really love you though. But I saw this so much in my last relationship. In fact, when we would have times where I started to see through the delusion and the mask that he was putting on, and I started to verbalize that to him, which I have no problem articulating in detail what I'm seeing, he would often lament, where's the woman that I fell in love with? Who are you? I don't even recognize you, because I was not falling in line with the fantastical version that he had in his mind of me. And I was not feeding his ego, and I was seeing beyond the mask. It's literal narcissistic injury for them. And the more that I started to deviate or shy away from that version of him that loved and adored him and bought into the mask, the more he started to detest me, resent me, and pull away from me. And ultimately, I do believe that that is what led to the final discard and us no longer speaking. In the very last conversation that I had with him, he still asked himself out loud, who are you? Like, I don't even recognize you. Because for him and for other covert narcissists, there isn't a duality. They cannot see in a gray area. It's all black and white. So either you are that fantastical version that they have created that buys into the storyline of who they are and who they want to believe that they are, right? Narcissism is this bubble of delusion. So once you start to fall away from that and you start to see it, every single time you bring it up to them, you articulate it, you mirror back to them that they live in a fantasy world, you're popping that bubble of delusion and creating narcissistic injury, which is why they have to be rid of you and why they do it so cruelly and why they do it so hot and cold. Like they can just shut it on and then shut it off. And it feels so abnormal because we don't just discard people like that. But I think that we need to realize that for a narcissist, it's not about us. It's not that we don't have worth and value, and that's why they're treating us like garbage. It's because we're reminding them that their delusion is false, and it's such a hot potato for them. It burns them every single time they see that through us, through our recognition of who they truly are. It is a searing narcissistic injury. And so they have to discard of it as quickly as possible and move on to somebody else who will then feed that fantasy